Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town. Yeah,
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Profanity Nation podcast, where we are the voice of the professional fan. It is 2023, the first show of the new year, and we're here in good spirits. We've got a guest with us. We've got someone online waiting to join in. But first, let me introduce my normal co-host, Money Mike. How you doing, bud? Happy New Year.
Hey, you know what? Everything's good so far. As so far, the Lakers are undefeated this year. We're going to keep it like that. I ain't mad at LeBron right now. No complaints. It's going to be a great year. Let's do it.
Awesome. Stat Pat, how you doing, my man?
I'm going to echo those sentiments, man. We are 5-0. We'll actually 4-0 this year, but we got a 5-game winning streak. We're looking good. Everybody's buying in right now. We're playing. Look at the West. The West is wide open, man. We're only like half a game and a half out of 6.
It's a strange year.
We right here.
Yeah, we right there.
Yeah.
there. They let us in.
Yeah.
They kept that door open.
They sure did,
We're
man.
gonna sneak in. They done messed up now.
I hope so.
And our in-studio guest, Demetrius Harold. How you doing, Demetrius?
Good. Happy New Year. Lakers doing good. Everything's good for now.
Everything's good. You guys.
For now.
Keyword.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly. It could turn.
That's a realist.
We'll let you know next week.
Exactly. This has been a twisty-turvy year. You guys all probably know Demetrius if you watch the show. He's constantly chiming in with his comments and his chats, and he's been on the show before. But we're really glad to have you back, Demetrius, and Happy New Year to y'all. Let's start off the show with something really important, guys. I'm the champion.
Oh.
And I'd like to be called champion
For this
Simsta.
week.
Okay, so look.
Yeah.
Let me just say you.
Just saying. Champion. I am the champion.
We're going to brush over this for about 45 seconds.
No, we're going to do it for 45 weeks.
For 45. First of all,
y'all done messed up now.
That's how that works, right?
Wow.
the person in here that's the most.
Marco wants in. Let's bring Marco in.
Bring Marco in.
I see
Bring
him.
Marco in. Marco's
Bring
next time.
Marco in.
I got
All
something to say.
So
All right.
on that note, we're gonna have to put a little asterisk on your championship.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. The reason being, okay, I recall somebody else had McCaffrey on their lineup, and the other person dropped McCaffrey for no reason. But that's the way fantasy football works, and Jeff
And one of the players that were playing was smart enough to pick his ass up.
I agree.
And that would be me. And I rode that all the way to the championship round and beat everybody along the way. So I got no issues with that.
Look. Let me just say, I went for everybody that doesn't know. Jeff knows nothing about football. Let me just say that for the record.
I'm a basketball
he
fan,
doesn't
not
watch
huge.
any football, right? We told him we were going to do a fantasy draft. Jeff was the most resistant. He was annoyed that we needed him to complete a roster spot. And now this dude,
So now I got payback.
Wants to talk like he knew what he
Like
was
he's a
doing.
veteran of the sport.
Yeah, right? No,
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Hey,
Jeff is that person that
Excuse
knows
me,
nothing about the game.
champion Simsta.
Jeff is that person that knows nothing about the game, that likes the color of the uniform
Ah.
and pits those players.
I picked
What's
the
it,
nice
mascot?
colors.
I
I'll
like the
give you that.
mascot. Can the Wildcat beat the Bear?
Exactly.
Yeah.
but he was
Just
smart enough.
look.
He was smart enough to know to pick up McCaffrey. That's all you
I
need.
mean,
Right?
hey,
That's it. Hey, one player not maketh, one player not breaketh.
Hey.
But
Nope.
no, it was a great season, guys. It
I
was,
mean,
it
for-
was fun
listen,
watching
this
you
dude.
guys from below, or down there.
All right, man, dude. Let's get to it, man.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I gotta rub it in.
Dude.
Gotta rub it in.
Just
So,
rubbing it in.
we'll move on from the fantasy football champion to the host of Profanity Nation and co-host with you guys and everybody. Marco, all jokes aside, there was a serious injury, health issue in the NFL. Go ahead and fill us in on that, Stat Pat, on what took place and kind of where we stand.
Oh yeah, like last Monday night, right? The game on Monday Night Football between the Bengals and the Bills. DeMar Hamlin was involved. He went and made a tackle. First of all, he's a safety of the Buffalo Bills. made a tackle on T. Higgins, the wide receiver of the Cincinnati Bengals, and what looked at first glance like a normal regular play. It seems as though his head must have hit the ground awkwardly, and once he got up like everything was okay, and then he immediately just went down. And I mean, long story short, they had to pretty much resuscitate him on the field, and they brought him into the hospital. And this, I only want to say this because I know firsthand when it comes to I would say I have a friend that I know firsthand that that oxygen to the brain, those moments are critical.
Yeah, right. Every second counts.
And every second counts. And the fact that they did what they did on that field and made sure that Damar Hamlin is now, he's responsive, he's speaking. So they did a great job. But basically, that is what it is right now with Damar Hamlin. And basically, we just want to know kind of like what do you see that happened? What do you think that happened?
What happened there, Marco?
Well, yeah, well, if I could just add to piggyback on top of that,
sure.
Me personally, I feel that these are things that the people like Marco and other people of the staff or the medical staff are all trained for, just in case things like this happen and that we're not aware of. You know what I mean? So can we talk to about the training that you receive in order just to be an athletic trainer? Because obviously, you that's probably what part of your job, I would assume. Are we all correct with that?
No, actually 100% you're correct as far as that being part of the job. And what you're referring to is called an EAP, or emergency action plan. And every team, ideally every organization from the professional level all the way down to like Pop Warner should ideally have one. And unfortunately, I think a lot of times at the Pop Warner level, at the lower level, you don't see that, and I think they should have that. But that's a whole different subject that we can discuss later down the road. But what it is at the beginning of the season, the athletic training, the sports medicine staff, they get their whole entire sports medicine staff, and what I'm talking about is the training staff, the strength coaches, physical therapists, all the physicians, meaning orthopedic, internal medicine, dentists, anybody that's going to be on the field or going to be present at the game, paramedics, EMTs, EMS, fire department, anywhere within that vicinity that's going to be participating, we get together and have like a 1 or 2 day sessions on how we're going to operate, who's going to do what, when's going to happen, what are the signals, so there will be no confusion whatsoever. When there's an emergency, everybody knows what to do, where to go, type of thing. It's just kind of one of those things where you see those emergency exit signs that, in case of emergency, you go here and you meet at this area. And it's just an emergency exit plan, so everybody knows what to do. And there's no stumbling, there's no hesitation. Even, one of the things on staff, there's always an athletic trainer has to carry an EAD. For example, when I was with the Lakers, we traveled with an EAD everywhere we went. We went on the plane. We went on the bus. If we were on the road, we went to a practice. We went to an event. Let's say we had a team bonding event with the team we're on the road. And EAD went with us at all times. So our assistant athletic trainer or our second assistant athletic trainer, their one job was to make sure that they have the EAD with them at all times. It was pretty much glued to them anywhere we went. Anytime there was any athletes, we had the EAD with us. Period. We would not leave home without it.
That's very interesting. Can you explain how important every second, every minute is in a situation like that to provide the absolutely pertinent life-saving treatment?
Yeah, so it was interesting because I was watching the game, and the interesting part about it is that when he got hit, he got up, right? And then within a couple of seconds, he just dropped. Now, what I noticed right away, a lot of people probably anticipate he probably got hit in the head, probably has a little bit of concussion. But if you ever go back in this year and you look at all the concussions that occurred, especially Tua or any of the players, they got hit in the head, they got up, and as they were walking away, you can tell they were kind of stumbling, almost like they were drunk, right? They were trying to hold the balance and trying to kind of make their way. He did not do that. He just literally, like, life just came out of him and just plop straight down. And even when he landed on the ground, if you go back and look at any of the videos for the concussions with Tua and any of the players, they go into a kind of a rigid formation where like their hands going this way, or they kind of go still and they kind of stay in this part. He did it. He just, straight out, just lay down, no action, no sturdiness, nothing whatsoever. And when I saw that, I'm like, that's not good. Then the ATCs came over. Maybe I thought he might either fainted, maybe went to a little hypoglycemia, and the sort. Then when I heard the report for performing CPR, then that was the issue. Now the time is ticking. We're looking. We got to get that resuscitation. We got to get that kind of going. A lot of studies show that anything past 4 minutes of cardiac arrest, you start developing brain issues or neurological issues. So that was kind of what I've been concerned about, and that's what I've been kind of keeping an eye on throughout this past week. And I think they finally came out, I think about yesterday ago, that they did a lot of neurological tests on him, and he was luckily normal, or most of them came out fine. So that was what I was kind of worried about as the time ticks on. So any minute, any second after 4 minutes, that's where you become there's not enough oxygen going to the brain. You may start losing some brain function. You may start losing some of the stuff, some neurological issues. So time is of the essence. That's why it's so important to start CPR right away within seconds. And more importantly, have a defibrillator on the spot as quickly as possible to try to get that heartbeat going again.
Amazing.
Yeah, I want to point out one thing too, because when you're watching this stuff and it's crazy and a whole lot of stuff is going on, and people were making complaints about them not calling the game at that particular time. I think that was actually planned for this reason only. If you say, okay, the game is over, what are people going to do? They're going to start going to their car. What does that prevent? That creates a traffic jam. What that does that prevent the ambulance to be able to get to be able to have a clear path to the hospital. So you got to hold these fans in place and act like everything is normal. We're going to continue on with the game, because if not, then they're going to create a traffic jam and not allow the ambulance to get out the stadium. So I think everything that the NFL did was under protocol, and it was wise, and they did it. And I just think it's the ignorance of us that's watching this. Why would they? That's insensitive. That's the reason why I feel like they didn't call the game. I don't know if that's the truth or not. Maybe you can add to that, but I just see a traffic jam of everybody trying to get to their car, and then the ambulance getting stuck in the stadium.
No, you're correct on that part. I mean, obviously, they want to make sure they clear the road and they're able to get the paramedics out there and get them out to the hospital as quickly as possible. And I'm sure they probably had some escort as far as police on site or right outside the arena or the stadium to try to kind of escort them and go on that part. But like I said, time is of the essence. You want to get the heartbeat kind of going, then get him to the hospital, just kind of keep him resuscitated. Because I think, from my understanding, they had to resuscitate him at least 2, if not 3 times on the field and on the way down over there. And also they had to pretty much sedate him once he got to the hospital to allow the lungs to kind of do its job. The other thing also that I was concerned is that he wasn't breathing on his own. That's the other factor that was kind of very concerning for me. And he was on 100%. And then I think 2 days later, they put him at 50%, which that was a huge positive sign. And then finally they took him off the respirator, and he was kind of breathing on his own, which means that the blood circulating, the lungs are doing their job. His body's doing what's supposed to be doing. And he finally kind of came out of it, type of thing. So that was kind of a huge aspect of it. As far as calling the game, I think they were just trying to see what was going to happen on the part. I would have been surprised if they actually would have played the game. I mean, going through there and seeing your teammate, being resuscitated, and I mean, technically, probably with no heartbeat, was probably considered dead for that short period of time. I mean, that's something you don't see very often whatsoever.
Exactly.
Right.
Marco, I've got a question for you, and I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me. I've been watching the news and trying to watch the headlines and talking points and so forth, but I'm not sure that they've announced exactly what the cause was. But I know that they were speculating blunt force or trauma to the chest can cause cardiac arrest. How does that happen? What is exactly taking place when something like that happens, Marco?
The cardiac arrest?
Well, from blunt trauma or trauma to the chest, like what?
Yeah, so,
how does one equal the other?
So in this case, they really haven't pinpointed exactly what the issue was, but they're suspecting one of the most common things that they're talking about is this terminology called commodia cordis. So basically, as your heart is pumping up and down, kind of pumping, so it's pretty much pushing blood out into your body, bringing blood in, going to the lungs, all that stuff, kind of doing its process. The theory behind this is that in a split second, when you got hit in the chest, it disrupted that rhythm of the heart pumping back and forth. So it kind of threw it out of whack. The heart didn't know what else to do, and it just kind of shut down to kind of make it that sense. Now, it's milliseconds. So this is kind of interesting, which is kind of like the odds of this happening in this case is so small, so rare that he got hit right at that specific millisecond. And it disrupted the heart. The heart went into a ventricular defibrillation. and it stopped pumping blood. So therefore, once the blood started pumping, it didn't go to the brain, and it kind of just completely shut down, and the heart just stopped for that time period type of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is it too soon to gauge whether or not we will see him back on the field ever?
It'd be interesting. I think it might be a little too soon to try to gauge it. I'm sure once they do this, the team's gonna have to do a lot of additional testing on him. They're gonna do what's called a stress test, get him on a treadmill, kind of see how his body responds, type of thing. See if there are any like long-term neurological issues that may develop throughout the summer or anything of that sort. So it's a little hard to tell. I'm sure he wants to get back up there. It's kind of interesting that his first words out of his mouth were "Did we win?" Which kind of shows his competitiveness in him as an athlete type of thing. So I'm sure he's already eager to try to get back out there as soon as possible. I'm sure he's not coming back this season. They already put him on IR, so he's done for the year. But it'll be interesting to see how he does to come back next year. I mean, it'll be awesome for him to be able to return.
Right, that would be an awesome comeback. Any other questions, guys, for Marco?
No, I think we're good to go. I love just how the nation is rallied around him. He had I think they raised like $7 million for the toy.
Yeah, amazing for his charity, his toy charity.
You just see the compassion in the people, and nobody, everybody's competitive in their own way. But I just love how everybody banded together. I loved how they crowded him, so they tried to like kind of give him his privacy, so we really couldn't see really what was going on, even though we knew, but they still was like, So I just love how you see humanity seeing there's something bigger than the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, guys. All right, Marco, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for being a part of the show, first show of 2023. We hope to have you back in studio really soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because if you come back, we got to figure out when this dude AD going to come back, man. So, we'll holler at you next week.
I'm getting a little nervous about it indefinitely.
I hate that word.
That part's going to be interesting because I think last thing I read is that they've diagnosed him with what they call a bone spur.
Oh my gosh.
And bone spurs can be a little nagging and can definitely linger on for a period of time. It's not debilitating that he won't be able to play, but it'll be like a little up and down type of thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, we hope they got something else.
We'll get you back. Do a lot of research for us. We'll get you back next week.
That's
we'll
your homework
go in depth on that. All right.
Sounds good.
Sam, thanks, Marco. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
All right, guys, this is great.
All right, let's talk about it.
Let's go. Okay, so we're a Lakers show, everybody. Here, Profanity Nation podcast, pro fans. We are Laker fans. We are NBA fans. You might be able to tell by the jerseys hanging on the wall and some of the artifacts we have here. So let's get into it, guys. Yes. Okay. Look, we're honest here. We call it as we see it, and we were doom and gloom, guys. We were doom and gloom. Anthony Davis.
We were real. We were real, though.
We were real with our feelings, but we were absolutely doom and gloom, and they weren't playing great. And then LeBron went out, and they won.
Let me just say this, because
okay, how you gonna preface the whole?
Let me just say this.
Let me get ahead of this.
He mentioned
whatever it's about to be. I'm gonna get ahead of it right now.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Let me just say, this is what I'm going to say. LeBron has been doing for the last 5-6 games.
Yeah,
exactly what I've been asking him to do.
His birthday,
which is put his team. Listen, which is right. Like,
he got better.
Okay,
he got 38. He got better.
When he turned 38, and I saw that performance, and D called me about that performance. And said, look what y'all like, well, who cares about that performance? This is his birthday. His wife is there. Somebody got to be there.
I had to put a show on.
Right. This is the private, hey, my birthday, my wife is here today.
I got to put on a show.
Cool. I got to show up. So I wasn't surprised about his birthday. Right? Am I lying? That's exactly. We had a personal conversation that I just brought to the public. I wasn't surprised about that. I wasn't impressed. But this dude did this like 3-4 more times, and he actually put the team like on his back. He made sure, that he determined on if the game was going to be won or lost by what he did.
Yeah,
and and he's been doing it on a consistent basis. So listen. Kudos to LeBron for the last 5 games. I'm giving him that. But the minute he go back to
The
losing the
minute
shoe,
he go back,
to losing the shoe, I'm gonna remind y'all.
he ain't built no equity.
Listen.
Yeah,
To me, they go back.
He gets
Hey,
no
this dude
space
to
at all.
me- Hey, they do no. Yeah,
No
how do
wiggle
you-
room.
No, how do you? No, I mean, how is your shoe on your foot for 47, 30-second minute,
Man.
and then all of a sudden your shoe's untied? I'm just saying, but I'm not hating on them today. I'm rocking with them. LeBron, I want you to do this all season, and I do not want anybody to say, "Well, he's 20 years, he old." Nah, you keep this up, dog. We give you the GOAT. Keep this.
And he's playing like
sugar
the GOAT.
honey iced tea up.
So he's playing like the GOAT at 38.
He's playing like the GOAT right now.
Okay,
All
keep
right.
it up. I do want to say this though. If we are, throw this out
If you
there.
guys have a count and want
I was saying right now,
respond to me, blink your mic.
I
At
ain't
the
never
Lakers fan
look,
club
man,
on Clubhouse, you guys are part of the show. Definitely, just blink your mic if you want to go ahead and
So
participate.
let's be honest here. Look, I don't want to sidetrack this conversation. We're gonna go keep it on Lakers, but I do want to say, have we seen anybody's GOAT perform like this in year 20?
No,
And we move on.
no.
Because I mean that's anybody's GOAT in year 20. He look like this.
Hey,
So I'm just putting
let's
just
get the
putting that out there.
Maybe in golf.
because the Michael Jordan thing with the Wizards don't.
Oh, and see
Nah,
how we do?
no
See how
one
we
here.
do that? See how we do that? Oh,
You're right.
and Kareem
But,
Abdul-Jabbar with the
okay.
Lakers.
Okay,
See how we do that?
Okay,
Right?
See how we do that?
Can we,
So
okay.
I'm just saying,
Can we talk about
if
it?
your GOAT is your GOAT,
Can we talk about
I
it?
don't know if your GOAT performed like this at year 20.
Okay.
And I said I'm
All
gonna
right,
keep it
okay.
there.
Cool,
We're gonna
Crispy,
look,
I see you
man.
blinking your mic. but
Okay, I'm just
let me-
saying what
Let
it
me just
is.
have you respond to this right quick. Look, we have to remember this guy came out of high school, right? So everybody that's played 20 years, they're over 40. So he is the youngest 20-year outside of Kobe, right? Same time. So we have to, you.
Okay, I
I
give
mean,
you that.
he has no mileage from
I
college.
give you that.
I mean,
I give
right?
you
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
I
Because
give you
20-year
that.
Kareem is 42.
I give you
20
that.
years LeBron is 38.
I give
So
you that.
I'm just
And
I give
every
you that.
year counts.
Perspective is hey, context is everything.
Okay, Crispy. Let me hear from you. Go ahead, Crispy.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I mean, dude is 38 years old. 20 years in the league. I'm just gonna read a few stats real quick.
Please.
51% over the last
he got
9
hard.
games.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
I mean, last game, 37 points, 25 points, 43 points, 47 points, 27, 28, 38, 34, 31. I mean, we never seen this before. We never ever seen this before in the history of the NBA. And you got to give that man his credit. I mean, he deserved it.
Well, that's not true. Kobe did what?
If,
Did 40
Dude,
points.
dude,
10,
you know what it
10
is.
games.
20?
You know what it
We
is.
ain't talking about year. We just talking about
We are
stats.
talking about
No,
year
we're talking about
20.
year
Talking
20.
about stats.
We are talking about year
Oh, we
20.
talking about stats. Okay,
We
good.
talking about stats
We talking about
in
year
year
20.
20.
All right, year 20. Okay.
We talking about
My
stats in year
year
20.
20,
All right, cool.
year 20, if the Lakers were to go on and make the fourth or the fifth seed, LeBron has to be considered for MVP. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'll say
You
this,
gotta get that man. You gotta put that man in the MVP
Chris.
conversation.
Crispy. If this guy played like that for at least another 20 more games, I'll give him the MVP.
Wow.
Wow.
So wait, okay.
So
Okay, and what I mean by that is play like and put that team on his back and will them to win. Because that's what he's been doing. It's not the stats to me because this guy's been scoring 30 points, but he wasn't actually, like I said, affecting the game.
Yeah, but
This guy has
Bron's
really
taken a
been
ton
scoring.
of heat for not making players better. He's making the players better.
Oh yes, he is.
absolutely.
He's
Yes, he
making those
He's
players
been
better.
he has 100% been affecting the game. Because remember, last year he was scoring 30 points, and my biggest complaint he was just patting stats.
Yeah.
He wasn't affecting the game.
And I like how he's letting Westbrook bring the ball up and they doing the pick
Right,
roll.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's doing and he's affecting the game, and he's one of the reasons the way he's playing is the reason why the Lakers are winning. And this is something I haven't seen from him, and you guys know
No, I
that's always
understand
been my
that.
complaint.
Yeah.
So if he plays like this, it's not really the stats for me. It's
Right.
how he plays and puts the team in position to win the game.
Is that on the coaching too?
Everyone.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Everyone.
listen, Darvin Ham is
It's on the leadership of the
That's a
team.
great question.
Darvin Ham has been doing a great job.
Doing a great job.
Yeah, so
An
I
excellent
love
job,
everything.
honestly.
I mean, the fact that he was able to get Westbrook to buy in to come off the bench and say, "Hey, just be the sixth man of the year," or shoot to be that. It is an amazing thing for
My
Thornton.
man has gotten Westbrook to give you 22 points and 15 assists
15
off the
assists.
bench.
Right.
They get 4 triple doubles.
Off
Yeah.
the bench,
Yeah.
bro.
He
Like,
balling.
you know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
balling.
you can tell. And thing
He is no
like,
longer
look,
listen,
look.
and his stats really shooting percentage is almost the same, but he's not Westbrook no more
Right.
because
Yeah,
he's
the turnovers went down.
yeah he's performing.
Turnovers,
The unforced turnovers, those were horrid.
Yeah, assist to turnover ratio went down, and then at the same time, he's making more of his layups when he go to the cup. I mean, before he was breaking a lot of those layups, and I was like, bro, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But he's now converting those, and so his points are going up, and also his assists is going up, and I also thought that Westbrook.
Deal love to hate. We agree. We'll actually be visiting the conversation every week because we're a Lakers show. But we hear you. We hear you. And they are going to get to 500 and past 500. We're already on our way.
We're about to do that. But when you think about Westbrook, I always thought that his assists in the beginning of the season, I thought his assists were contributed to just passing to AD. Right?
He needed
80%
AD to get those assists.
So he was like, I'm not going to turn the ball over if I just throw it to this guy because he got great hands and he's going to finish my shit. So you know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is. So, but now there's no AD, and he's 15 assists, 4 turnovers. So
there's TB.
Yeah, which we will get into that.
All right, we got a lot to discuss here. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick little break here. You're watching the Profanity Nation podcast exclusively on Infanity TV, Infanity Television, the Infanity Television streaming channel on YouTube. That is youtube.com/@Infanity-TV. That's a mouthful. But you'll find it, and all you got to do is hit that button down there and subscribe, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. You're going to get all the alerts, all the great shows. We got Waiver Wire, Monday Night, Fredo, The Bray, everything's on here. So you want to watch it. You want to subscribe to the channel. We are with the Los Angeles Lakers fan club on Clubhouse. You got Crispy in the house. You got others in the house. We're going to hear from them. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right, we're back with the Profanity Nation podcast.
Behind
Voice
the
of the
scene,
professional
apparently.
fan.
Yeah.
We are here on the Los
BTS
Angeles Lakers
action.
fan club room in Clubhouse. If they've got anything to say, just go ahead and blink your mic. Okay, guys, I'm going to spit some knowledge to you guys here real quick. Okay, Lakers started 2-10. No team that started 2-10 has ever made the playoffs. However, currently the Lakers are in 11th spot with a record of 19-21. They are tied in the loss column for the number 7 team. The Clippers, the Phoenix Suns are tied at 21 in the loss column, and Minnesota in 9th place is tied in the loss column at 21. Portland has us up by 1 game in the loss column. We are only 7.5 games out of first place, guys.
Come on.
Not that we're even looking for first place. As we said, and as AD said, it don't matter what the record. Nobody wants to see us in the playoffs. I believe that's true. Demetrius, how you feeling about it?
I feel it's good. It kind of remind me of when LeBron was on the Eastern Conference and Toronto always had the number 1 seed or Atlanta. And as long as he gets a team in there for some reason, he'll get to the finals. And I remember he was against the play-in. He didn't even like the concept, but the play-in might help you if you just top 10. You just get in there, anything happens.
Right.
Anything happens.
There's no reason why we should be in the top 10. I mean, if this guy is going to be and perform and be who you're talking about him being right now, we should definitely be in midway pack. I would say no less than 5. Because first of all, this is just a really weird season,
strange.
And strange. Like literally the first, the first place team has 13 losses, which is a lot of losses.
My God.
Denver and Memphis are tied with their record at
understand
26-13
in a regular championship Lakers season.
Right.
I'm just saying what we all as Laker fans understand what it looks like. What it looks like a 24-5 record. Like that what it looks like. We know we the shit. You know what I'm saying? We know that. Right. So when you see the number 1 seed got 13 losses, it's anybody's game.
At the halfway point.
Yeah, it's just anybody's game.
Just think if they had those, I count those 3 losses. It's like the Indiana game, it was up 17 points.
Yep. They let it go.
The free throws against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then me and my wife was at the Boston Celtics game, and the free throws
against that
right.
I just think they would be number 6 right now. They had those
awesome
games.
right there, boom.
Mm-hmm.
And so since the margin is so razor thin, you know what I'm saying? It's so you got to see them like actually working towards that. They're just chipping away at it right now, as you can see. And I mean, we're like with AD. Is like adding somebody like a whole new all-star. Like, we're right there with this squad right here. If you think that we're in conceivably being relatively healthy with missing one person, and then you infuse that one person into the lineup, and then it's just another whole MVP candidate, you got to feel good about your chances because there's nobody you're scared of in the West. You're not scared of anybody.
No, there's nobody out there that's dominating. There's nobody out there. And like you said, if there's a healthy AD, no other team has anyone that can contend with him.
No.
He was playing, talk about MVP. He was playing MVP ball before he went out. Now, before the season, I believe if I recall stat, you were looking to get about 62 games out of Anthony Davis. So, it's not fun watching him go down and be out, but we all kind of expected that he wouldn't play 82. So if we can get him back and get him to stay healthy, we're okay. Obviously, we know we need him to contend for a championship.
Are we tripping now right now?
No. So I'm about to say that. So in the beginning of the season, when I said the 62 games, I was thinking about old AD, and if this is what we got, I just need him to play 62 games. Now, what I saw this year, bro, just get healthy.
Just get
if
healthy.
You give me 35 and the playoffs, we in that bitch.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before, I was just saying like, all right, well.
You felt we needed the 62 just to get to the playoffs.
I just need you to get here so we can get to the playoffs, and then we just contend what we can. You're playing at MVP level. If you give me 42, 45, 50 games.
And as long as you're at the end of
you're
the season,
at that 35.15 rebounds, 4 block shots, 2 steals a game, and you're doing that in a 50-game clip, I'm in there. So that's where I'm at. So beforehand, I was just like, is he shot? And now I'm like, he ain't shot. He just need to get healthy and be motivated because that's what it is. I think he's motivated because he's tired of the talk. And
seems like this whole team is tired of the talk.
But at the same time, can we get LeBron and AD playing at the same level at the same time? That's where we're at.
But
that's Kobe and Shaq.
Like the first
okay, but
we need that?
Okay, but
we don't need one to take off and say
exactly where
let me break while you ball out. I want y'all to ball out.
But let me say this though: do we necessarily need that? Because if you remember when Shaq was hurt, and then Kobe, that's when Kobe balled out. But then Shaq had to Kobe had to pull back a little bit so that way he could implement Shaq back in. Right, Darvin Ham said, "Look, I'm about to ride LeBron. Cool, let's ride LeBron. Get him there. You know what I mean, and get us in that position. Hopefully, because AD got all that rest, all that rehab. He had 100% now, or 99.9, or wherever he is. And then now maybe LeBron could kind of just." Pull back a little bit, and then we could ride AD the second half.
Yeah.
But now it's crazy. Everybody on social media, on Twitter, I saw last night, they saying Thomas Bryant saved the season. And LeBron said in a press conference last night, he said he imagined if AD come back, imagine if it's AD, LeBron, and Thomas Bryant just that full on the court together, healthy.
Playing at their peak.
That's not going to happen. I'm gonna tell you why it's not gonna happen.
Okay,
look,
get you crowded down.
Y'all remember Elder Campbell and Shaq? I mean, don't act like y'all didn't know. Elder Campbell used to ball out when Shaq was hurt.
Well, look what Dwight Howard and AD did in the first championship.
And JaVale McGee.
But it's different though. It's different. I
see what I think that is Thomas Bryant is more of a stretch five.
If anyone's got anything to add or any questions or anything from the Los Angeles Lakers
However,
on Clubhouse, let us know.
I really want AD to understand that the reason why you eating like this right now, but you playing center. You're the 5 and you eating like this. You're really just a stat stuffer right now at the 5. You're not doing that at the 4. Unless your jump shot is wet.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're out there hitting threes. 4 threes a game. Which we saw, basically, he wanted to take threes. He don't hit 4 threes a game. He's not.
He did in 2020.
Right. Yeah. But he's not doing that now.
No.
So, okay. But he's eating right now at the post. He's eating there close to the basket because there's nobody out there that can be able to handle his skill. Because if you take away the bang, bang move, okay, I could hit you with the fall away. Or I could face up and hit the jumper. Or I could hit you with the pick and roll and dunk. Like, I got so many moves to you that you can't really stop me. There's no way you can pinpoint because you play before the drive. I got you in the post. You play before the post. I'm gonna step out and hit the 3. Like, I got you. So his game is so complete. He doesn't have to worry about people that are like pigeonholed into the post. He's not that guy. So, but is he gonna fall back? I've always wanted to play 4. All the time, and Thomas Bryant going to play the 5.
Oh, he was feasting though all year this year.
Yeah,
let's go to Clubhouse.
Yeah, Clubhouse. Crispy, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I kind of agree with LeBron. When AD come back, I would love to see Thomas Bryant at that 5 position and AD at the 4. I think it work out very great for us. Thomas Bryant, man, he been holding it down, man, and without him, we wouldn't be in the position that we are in right now. With that 5-game winning streak. Since AD went out, the man is averaging like 18 and 12 rebounds per game. Like that's great. For a guy that's not getting paid $20 million a year, he is a $20 million man next year. So, I kind of agree with LeBron on that one.
Yeah, TB again. We owe TB his props, his flowers. When we were giving out our Lakers players grades, we gave him, I think, a B+, C.
Yeah,
and that was because we felt he was doing all he could. But I think we all came to the consensus that we didn't feel he had much more to give, and he proved us wrong, guys.
Right.
He definitely stepped up and proved us wrong. He's having a career year now.
Yeah.
No, in his young career, but a career year, and we've seen him for a lot of years, guys, because we're South Bay Lakers ticket holders. We go to games. We're fans of that, which is, of course, their G League team, and he played for them. He had one stint on the Lakers already, but this is something different. This is a different player.
Yeah.
And when you give a big man, a center, a taste of that, they don't let it go so quick,
Yeah.
you know, and he's not playing as if it's a streaky player type thing. No, this is something he can continue.
I can do this.
Yeah, I can do this.
I can do this.
I'm supposed to be doing this,
Right.
and he's believing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to be able to take that away from him because it's no longer a big man's
So he
league.
wouldn't be a part of it.
Yeah,
We saw a taste of it when he was on the Wizards,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt. So
Yeah.
he just grateful that.
Look, I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'll bring it up again. You know, Elder Campbell used to ball out when Shaq was hurt. When Eldon knew he was going to be the man. You know, and then when Shaq came back, Eldon wasn't never
young.
Well,
I'm just saying.
You know, Eldon played the same position as Shaq.
I know, man. What I'm saying is, though,
his game was the same as Shaq. Though. They just got the power.
They're both 4 and 5, though, right? They both kind of play. You know what I mean? Like if AD come back, is there going to be a place for TB? That's
we got to make it happen.
Oh yeah, Ham will do that.
There's
Ham
no
will
way.
do that. All right, I want to go to Stat on this one. Stat, you were extremely critical, justifiably so, about our boy Kendrick None, Kendrick Nunn. All right, let's talk a little bit about our guy. Now, word has come out. At least I read that at some point he was playing with a bone bruise. He was playing through some pain. He's stepped up, so it's not just Thomas Bryant. Your thoughts on Mr. Nunn?
Hey man, look, I'm not gonna go as far as saying I'm gonna eat my words because
he deserved it at the time.
Yeah, but it's like the sample size is large, bro. It's not like what we're talking about. Him playing good is a small sample size.
Yeah.
Him playing poorly is a larger sample size than that. So I'm saying is this: like I appreciate what he's doing.
How many games?
Look, dude, I appreciate what he's doing right now. You know, and if he's doing this off the bench with Westbrook off the bench, and then you have Austin Reeves coming back and doing his thing. Like we got a nice former, and then we will talk about Dennis hopefully a little later.
Schroder.
We gotta talk about him because now we starting to feel that we got now in this nice little guard rotation, and also Lonnie Walker.
Yeah.
Okay. We got now starting to see like everybody's buying in. We see everybody's roles starting to materialize.
I can't believe Pat Bell making 2 threes a game.
You know what I'm saying? Things are happening.
He's actually scoring.
And if he just his little contributions himself, with all the others that we're talking about that is pushing it, we're starting to see the building blocks of a really solid team that's more like built on camaraderie and chemistry, kind of like that 2000. Not going as far as saying 2020, because obviously there's a championship team off the jump.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see the chemistry. I see Darvin Ham steering the ship the right way. It just feels like, okay, it feels good to be a Laker fan right now. Before it was like,
feels like they're a team.
And we're not even worried about punk ass Pelinka.
Yeah, right. Well, that brings up a good point. I was actually going to go to Money Mike for this one. Money. We were screaming, trades. Everyone wanted trades. Get rid of the first round picks. No, keep the first round picks. Then we started to talk when they went on a roll and AD started to play. We started to say, okay, wait a minute. Maybe the best trade sometimes is the trade you don't make. Where do you see, as far as trades happening, would you want to disrupt this chemistry? Or are you starting to feel like, is this fool's gold? Are we going to say, okay, let's go past the trade deadline and just keep it? And then all of a sudden go, oh, well, there's none again. And there's this, or is this sustainable?
It seems like to me personally, it's actually kind of sustainable simply because these players are built into being what we thought they would be versus us looking at them being consistently bad, right? Like now they have their roles, they're stepping up. Maybe it might be a matter of them knowing that they're going to get playing time. They know what the rotation is going to be, things like that. I personally, I have one trade scenario that I'll bring up later on in the show.
Okay.
That I might want to do, but overall, no. There's no real big piece that I would really want to
get rid of and disrupt.
And question, should they? I'm hearing it could be a rumor. I'm hearing tomorrow they might try out DeMarcus Cousins. Should they test the waters with that?
See, to me, it's a no harm, no foul. If he joins the team, he's a backup big, and that's okay. But I don't think he's going to sway the needle one way or the other.
And
he's no longer the locker room disruptor that he once was.
No, he's not that.
So I don't believe he's going to disrupt the chemistry. That would be your one concern at this point. I don't believe that's going to happen. So
I just think is there a real reason for it now? With the play of Thomas Bryant, do you need to go out there? Because now, what are you going to do? Because at the end of the day, DeMarcus Cousins going to look at Thomas Bryant like, bro, I need the minutes. Like, I need those minutes. Like, I didn't come here on a team to be the third center of the Los Angeles Lakers. I didn't.
With Darvin Ham, you're not worried about that.
But I know
if Darvin put Westbrook on the bench, he's going to keep Boogie exactly where he's going to.
Then why sign?
Because TB needs a breather, and you can keep up the size.
AD is going to be out.
Wendell's doing good.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, that's a nice to have. I would rather we look for more people on the outside that could play defense at the 3 and 4 position.
So Damian Jones not getting no playing time.
Right. It's just right. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I mean, I think that's a name. I think that's what that is. I want to ride this Thomas Bryant ship. I don't think that. So are we saying DeMarcus Cousins going to do better than Thomas Bryant right now?
No, but
if you're going to give me 29 and 14.
Well, but let me ask you this. So if they see and they're looking, saying, okay, much like you said, I'm no longer concerned about getting Anthony Davis 62 games this year. I just want him healthy when we head into the postseason. Thomas Bryant is going to need to take some minutes off and get a breather, right?
Right.
He's going to need that backup, and it's got to be a consistent big. But with the Westbrook and that second unit, you know those pick and rolls, those alley. Cousins can finish those. Cousins can clean those up.
Cousins is better than Gabriel.
Oh hell yeah, that.
Okay. So does it just allow us to then ride TB through the end of the season without overextending TB? I think it does.
Okay, if we're saying that, and then the end goal is basically to make sure that AD is like kept in a glass case up until then I get that.
Yeah, I mean,
but if AD is coming back to play, and then we got to give Thomas Bryant minutes, and then like we got to give.
I think Thomas Bryant at this point, because of the importance that he's played in since AD went down, he has solidified his spot on this team. His minutes are not in jeopardy. He has solidified that. He's been consistent. He is one of, if not the biggest reason why we're approaching 500 right now with AD out. So I don't believe his minutes are in jeopardy. And if he loses a couple minutes here and there, it's to keep him fresh and to keep him in there and playing, through the season. So I don't think it's a horrible decision.
No.
2020, we had AD, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee.
True that.
Okay, so now we would have AD, Thomas Bryant, Boogie Cousins, someone, a very formidable big that knows how to play that position and can take some minutes against an Embiid, can take some minutes against the bigs. Then there's not a ton of them out there that really compete anymore, but can take some of those minutes.
We got Jokic.
Those big men, they some bad big men in the league. There ain't that many of them. Look, I don't know why I have a soft spot for DeMarcus, because I probably shouldn't, because he was a king when he did most of his damage. Yeah. But I feel like, you feel sorry for him after he tried to come back and, where he tore his Achilles.
Got injured.
He then injured again. And then when he asked, why am I out the league? And then they said, well, because of your attitude, so then he realized, like, oh, okay, so my injuries and my attitude, nobody want to deal with me, and you want to give him an opportunity. I kind of want to, give him an opportunity just to see what he could do. And like you said, he is better than Gabriel. If he can help us, he'll take $1 million or $500,000. Then,
the money's not the factor. That's for sure. They have the roster spot. It would seem like a decent pickup out there, just for that backup spot, and just to shed some minutes off of TB and let him play at his peak every game. And then you put in a big, that can take some of the garbage time. But in no way, I don't think at this stage of his career, and what Biggie, what Cousins has been through. Is he going to go in there and expect the minutes from TB? I think he's going to complement and he's going to help. So I really don't think that's going to be an issue. Let's get to the boy that you brought up. Okay, Dennis Schroder. All right, now he's a particular one. He's a strange case. At one point the Lakers offered him an $84 million contract, I believe. He turned it down. Ended up signing for a couple million back with the Lakers this year.
Not about the money.
Apparently not. He's balling. it would seem to me you have the perfect mix on this team of players with chips on their shoulder and something to prove right now, and that's paying dividends. You've got Westbrook, who's pissed off about how it went last year, how he's bounced around since he left OKC, how people are doubting him, how the LA fans treated him when he wasn't playing great. He didn't get the support. You've got LBJ, who always wants his respect, and you're not big on that. You've got AD, who's been doubted for his injuries. You've got these players. You've got Schroder, who everyone kind of laughed at. All these players have something to prove, which is the perfect ingredients to get you over the hump and to get that fire going. Demetrius, what have you seen from Dennis that you're liking? And maybe what do you see that he could do a little better, if anything?
He's being aggressive because he knew that he messed up the last time he was here when AD went out in Phoenix. And then he kind of was a no-show. He wasn't that aggressive before, but he's showing, I think I heard Robert Ory said, he's showing what he was playing overseas last year. Like, if you get that same aggressiveness, and he wants to prove to Darvin Ham, who gave him a chance in Atlanta. You know, he was Darvin Ham's rookie in Atlanta when Darvin Ham was the assistant coach. And he said, I'm coming back for him. He knows how I play. I'm going to be aggressive, and it's unfinished business. So that's, like you said, that chip on the shoulder.
Yeah, he's playing with that chip. Stat.
Yeah, it's like the fact that, like, I mean, we can say, I mean, let's be real. Thomas Bryant and Dennis Schroder kind of like saved the season.
Just
kind of gave us a little help, right? Because we clowned when we were talking about them coming back, and we were like, ain't no way Thomas Bryant and Dennis Schroder is going to be the reason why we're going to be a little bit better. Like, we just don't think they're going to contribute that much, you know, to be where we're at. And if we could be more wrong. I mean, we see Thomas Bryant, we talked about him, but Dennis, man, my man is like getting like 27 points. He's shooting a 3-point shot, like pretty good right now at like a high clip. Like, this is the person that we've traded for, you know, from OKC. This is what we wanted to see then.
This is what we offered that contract to.
Right. Yeah.
Which, by the way, he would still take in a second if he could go
back. Which he probably deserved.
Well,
I mean, but let's be honest.
Play since then, no,
I mean, his talent deserved 4 years, $84 million. That's his talent, right? I mean, and he's just he was dejected.
He hit a bump.
He did that on Boston last year.
Yeah.
For some reason, Boston didn't want him.
He just dejected, right? He just like, damn, I missed out on $21 million a year. And then he come here with his tail between his legs, but at the same time, he's like you said, he's going to prove it. And he's balling, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you now add AD to this mix where all these fools are like now they like just mixing in. It's like, and you know, he's not going to, AD is not going to disrupt. He's not going to sit there and be in the post like, throw me the ball. No, he's going to move. Everything's going to work. It's going to flow. So that's why I'm like, okay, I like Dennis. I think Dennis Bryant, and shout out to Westbrook. We talked about him earlier. I mean, things are looking on the uptick. Like, it's not like it's not doom and gloom right now. It's very much optimistic. I see everyone wants to, like you said, prove everybody wrong. And, let's see where this goes. Add AD. Let's see where it goes.
And I got a question for y'all. Is Austin Reeves the new Alex Caruso?
He's better.
Okay. He's better. I would say, okay, so of course, Alex Caruso has like A plus D, but but you have Reeves with B plus D. So I'm like okay with that. The trade-off, because I know he's so much more better on the offensive end than Caruso. Yeah. So I know you got elite defense.
You can't sag. You can't cheat.
But you can't
Reeves.
cheat.
You got to
he is game winners.
And to me, his heart, he has more heart. Like, that dude to me is way more ice cold than Caruso ever was. Yeah, Caruso was way more exciting. He would dunk on you.
Caruso,
Caruso would dunk on you.
I'd say they're the same.
But when you see Austin Reeves shoot a 3-pointer to win the game and he don't even celebrate, I love that.
True.
I love that.
At the same time, I could have swore there was a couple of plays, especially in the bubble, where Alex Caruso made a cool steal, at the end and had that same kind of demeanor
Mhm.
at the end of the game. Which what I'm saying is, one is heavier on the defensive end, whereas the other one is heavier on the offensive end. Somebody is so matter of fact of hitting that cold shot on the offense, the same thing as making that game-winning steal on the other end, and not really saying not showing that emotion. That was Alex Caruso was to me. I thought he was very elite. He is on defensive end. However, for this team, what we needed, I think Austin Reeves.
Well, we
is a
needed
better
that shooter around
for that
LeBron.
shooter
Everyone
for
says
right
the
now.
formula around LeBron is
Right.
shooting.
I don't think we
And-
miss him because I don't think we would have had to work on, or at least wait on Alex Caruso's offense. What can he give us on the offensive end? We know he's going to give us on defensive end. What can he give us on the offensive end? Where we know that, Austin Reeves does give us serviceable minutes on the defensive end up top, but he's going to be able to move the ball, get us into our offense, hit big shots on the offensive end. And so that's why I say the plus minus is close, but it's
give the edge right now.
Yeah, I give the edge to Reeves.
To Reeves right now, and of course it's a what have you done for me lately league, and Reeves
You know
is
what
on
it
our
is.
team.
You know what
So,
it is.
so we're gonna
You know what it is.
just because it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
And he just happens to be on our team right
it's
now.
a show,
so.
man. Don't make
So he gets just because of that.
for real.
All right,
cool. You we don't need Caruso.
Yeah, right. This has gone.
bringing them back. I'm like, yo, need to bring them
This
back.
has gone really quick, guys, and we're really happy to be in this spot. It's 2023, and it's the 2023 NBA season, and the Lakers are in it, man. They're involved. It's a strange Western Conference year. There is nobody dominating like most years past. As we know, the Golden State Warriors are dealing with injuries, and they're kind of in turmoil and just barely cutting it. And the Lakers are right there, man. The Lakers are literally a game out of sixth, and nobody would have expected this, especially Charles Barkley.
Right. Why they play on the
Yeah, why they play the Lakers. But we've got plenty to talk about for the rest of the season. It's going to be fun, that's for sure.
We in this bitch.
There you go. Exactly. All right. With energy too. I love it. As you know, guys, this is the Profanity Nation podcast, and we always finish the show with a segment we call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. Money Mike is going to share his thoughts or opinions on a topic, and it's really simple. Demetrius, you know how this goes. He just wants to know, are those thoughts or opinions in bounds or out of bounds? Clubhouse, this is important. We definitely want to go to you guys.
I need my 100% all the time.
He always wants his 100%, but we were going to go to you. So
I know y'all going to
So listen up. Start tapping the mic when you're ready. Money Mike, the mic is yours.
All right, so look. So we were talking earlier in the show about trades, right? Now, in my opinion, I'm not going to say what the trade is, but there only should be 5 teams that we should be allowed to trade to. No other team should we trade to, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the 5 teams.
All right.
The Pistons, the Hornets, the Magic, the Rockets, and the Spurs. Only these 5 teams we need to trade to, right?
Okay.
And what we need to do, wherever we trade to them, we got to get that first round draft pick. I mean, we got to get their pick. Because there's this guy named Victor. Victor Dub, what's his name? Victor winning, whatever his name is, right?
Bro.
Yo, this dude, I saw some highlights.
Oh, bro, you ain't.
I don't know if y'all saw these highlights.
Yeah, bro.
I saw these highlights. This dude is shooting 3-pointers off one leg,
bro,
over there.
It's nasty.
This dude literally is not even jumping and blocking shots to half court,
dude.
Right? I'm looking like we need him. Now I would trade AD to these last 5 teams and hoping that they get that thing for the number 1 draft pick,
dude.
Because that dude right there, we're gonna add a little muscle on him, train him. Right. We can make him a new improved AD without.
So if you saying, are you in bounds? Of course you're in bounds.
Am I in bounds for trading to only the sorry team?
For
only the sorry
person
team,
that says,
so we can get the first round draft pick.
The person that people say that's not a unicorn, but yet an alien.
Man,
this
dude.
Yes, you're in bounds.
Did y'all see his highlights?
Bro.
Dog, no. But right now, what he doing? This dude literally is one leg.
Bro, you
he's one leg crossing. I mean, he's 7'4" and he one leg.
Bro, you don't even know the half.
All right, so we got one inbound.
Okay, I'm inbound.
Let's go to Demetrius.
Okay,
is he inbound?
Yeah, that's a fantasy, but you inbound.
Of course you're inbound.
All right. Before we go to Clubhouse, I'm gonna break your little cycle here, and I'm going to say no, you're out of bounds. And the reason why, forgive me, and I see Crispy wants to talk to. Forgive me, you're out of bounds. The reason why is because that's not how the Lakers do it. What the Lakers do is they let another team draft that guy.
Yep.
They let the other team let him grow and develop. Then they trade for that sucker, bring him in, and win titles. So that's just not the Laker way. So for that reason, they did try, but Kobe's not the big like that.
But
that development in the league.
Shaq.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
They and AD and LeBron. That's how the Lakers do it. So for that reason, I'm going to say let him go there for his rookie contract. He'll get fed up because he's going to want to win. He knows where to go when he's ready to win. He's going to force his way to LA. If he's the most talented guy in the league, his agents, the marketers, they're all going to want him in LA.
He's not injury prone.
Be patient. Let's see what happens.
Hey.
Let the Lakers do it the way the Lakers go.
So based on that theory, based on your theory, if he is what he say he is, we gonna trade him away for something else.
Exactly. That's what the Lakers would trade him. Exactly. So that's not what we want.
Everybody that we draft,
let's finish this with LeBron. Let's finish this with LeBron, and let him develop 2 to 3 years, and then let's go get him. Go ahead,
right,
Clubhouse, Crispy.
Crispy, are you rocking with me, Crispy?
Hey, number one, I agree with Jeff. What he said, I wholeheartedly agree with him. But first and foremost, I'm a Lakers fan. Number two, I'm a greedy Lakers fan. So Money Mike, you in bounce on this one. Victor.
Yeah.
Hey, Victor, he a bad man. He a bad man. He gonna make some noise in the NBA. So I can't wait till he comes to the NBA, and hopefully we can get him somehow, some way.
Yeah, he a little skinny, man, but other than that, this dude,
the future.
KD was skinny.
Yeah.
Futures.
He's
Anybody
KD
else
skinny.
from Clubhouse over there? Blink your mic.
Yeah, anybody blink your mic. I need somebody else out there.
We got
Beauty.
Bobo's doing.
Beauties.
Good evening. I'm gonna say you out of bounds. No, why is everybody trying to get rid of AD? No.
Why? Have you seen his Carfax? I mean, the car breakdown. The car breakdown. Listen, let me explain. Look. You know why people lease BMWs? It's because they break down after 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know. You don't buy. You buy Hondas. You lease BMW. You lease Range Rovers because they break down. You know what I'm saying? You don't buy a Range Rover. Tell me somebody who bought a Range Rover. You lease Range Rovers. And if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. You mean? We buy Hondas. We buy. Listen,
to answer her question,
there's
though,
Chevy Tahoes right now. They got 250,000 miles still rolling. You know what I'm saying? 300,000 miles still rolling. You ain't got no Range Rover. You lease those because you know they're gonna break.
I understand where she's coming from. Like, why would everybody want to trade AD now? We're not trading AD for anybody. Just anybody. We're not trying to send him home for homecoming for
we trade AD for a better AD.
We're talking about for a better AD. We're talking about AD, KD.
They're like 8-9 years younger, right?
No, I say
anybody else?
I say you create a new Twin Towers with them once LeBron's gone.
Brandon Ingram.
You do the David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and you let AD trade him after he comes up a little bit.
Bro.
Let him develop and go the
Victor
Laker way.
is something nasty.
Man, listen,
y'all don't
Victor
even know. If y'all not aware, everyone's aware.
You guys got to go get some highlights.
Everyone's aware of Victor. Y'all gotta be.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. When he went to the summer league, LeBron was looking at this dude like, "Oh, they were."
What you gonna do with him? What you gonna do with him?
Yeah, I mean that dude.
That's their fundamental question. What are you going to do with him?
What's so crazy about him? He bends over like he got a hunchback so low to cross somebody over.
Bruh.
You know what I mean? Like this dude, I'm telling y'all.
But so smooth with it that you be like, oh, he leaving all that ball exposed, and he just you're not getting that.
Yeah,
all the way 3 on your ass
on one leg.
Like I'm saying, like dirt on you. You know what I'm saying? Like just and then like what you gonna do?
And he's 7'4".
And he blocking all your stuff.
Jumping and blocking.
And he blocking all your
stuff.
stuff.
You can't do no floaters.
And still growing.
No floaters, dude.
He's shooting fadeaway threes, dude.
What? Hey, James Edwards.
At 7'4".
Nobody knows who James Edwards is.
Dude, no, Buddha. You know I know Buddha.
All right.
Anyway, anybody else want to agree or disagree with me?
We're
Clubhouse.
Come on, Clubhouse.
Yeah.
All right. We ran
our course.
Okay, we got one more.
What's up, guys?
Go ahead,
and ladies. That's funny because my wife leased her BMW, but that was funny. But I will say, I'm in Cincinnati and it's 12:38.
Thanks for
but
joining
I'm not
us.
tired enough to say not tired enough to say you are out of bounds, because what if AD gets traded and then the team he gets traded to gets better because of him? What if he goes to
He gonna get hurt. What are you talking about?
No, but what if he goes to
He gonna get hurt.
what if he goes then they got the lottery? If it was guaranteed, yeah, but that's too risky for me. Because AD just showed if he can stay, that's an if. I seen his Carfax. I seen his Carfax. But I still think it's out of bounds. I can't roll with you, bro.
I love it. Let him develop, and the Lakers will get him. They'll find a way. They always do.
Your wife, Lisa, look,
The
when
gravity.
that Lisa's up, they give you an option to buy. What you gonna do? You gonna buy it, or you gonna turn it in, man? What you gonna do?
This is how we get caught up in the hype.
Turning it in.
Who's never played in the NBA yet? That's what every time somebody come in the NBA and they put that defense on them, then you be like, oh,
look,
just wait till Patrick Beverly steps up.
If you body this skinny guy up, what are you gonna do?
Man,
if you body him up, he's gonna take the ball over your head and just shoot it over you.
This dude gotta have at least
you
an
can body him up.
wingspan.
It don't matter. He's like, what are you doing to my elbows?
What they tell?
You tickling my armpits. I got you, bro.
One way or the other, guys. The future of the league is in good hands. It is
I
bright.
can't wait.
Adam Silver is a happy camper. And there's going to be years and years of great play to watch and great players, and we love it. Every year there's somebody who comes out, some new rookie that we just can't wait to see. And this next year will be no different, guys. But we'll see what happens, and we'll catch him as a Laker sometime in his career. You know that's going to happen. You just know it will, regardless of the draft. And again, he may be the backup for the aging AD when LeBron's done. We'll see.
He ain't with no backup.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, he'll take over. You might be right. You might be right.
We might get Bryce and Bronny.
Yeah,
no, really? Oh, no, boy. I do not want Bronny. Bronny is a second rounder.
I'll take Bryce.
Well, we'll see.
I'll take Bryce.
Right.
I'll take Bryce.
Right.
I ain't taking
he just did his alley-oop too. I saw that video. All right, guys. This has been the Profanity Nation podcast. We want to thank Crispy over there at the Los Angeles Lakers fan club on Clubhouse. If you guys are a Laker fan, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching the restream of this, be sure to log on to Clubhouse and join the Clubhouse, the Los Angeles Lakers fan club. That's where it's at. They do live game watch parties. They're all educated fans there, excited. Everyone's talking, sharing what they want to do, sharing what they want to see. It's a great place to be. It's fun. It adds to the fun of the game. Be sure to go there and join the Los Angeles Lakers fan club on Clubhouse. Be sure to subscribe to Infanity TV, Infanity Television right here on YouTube. You know where that's at. Be sure to join in with the breaks every Tuesday and Thursday right here. We got Waiver Wire, which helped me. I mean, look, it helped me.
We're not talking about it.
It helped me be the champion of our fantasy football league.
Hey, Juan, cut the mic right now.
Champion.
Cut the mic,
Champion.
Cut the
Until
mic,
next week, this is your champion fantasy football player and the rest of the guys.
Thanks a lot for coming in, D.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll be back next week every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Thanks for joining us. We'll be there. Have a good one, guys.
Peace. As always.
It was a great show, Money Mike. No doubt. We appreciate you guys as well. Stat Pat, Jeff,